In today's video, I'm going to walk you through step by step how to go from 0 to over 1,000 highly targeted engaged followers. These are followers who are going to support your content, share your posts, buy your products, and it gives you a solid foundation to build on where you can start leveraging other strategies that are much more scalable. Let's not waste any time and get right into it. Just make sure you smash the like button and subscribe to the channel, which is proven to help you grow faster on Instagram, considering I post twice every single week all about this stuff. So if you're subscribed, up to date, you'll be smashing it on the platform. Okay, first things first is profile optimization. Now, it doesn't matter how many people you drive to your page or what strategies you use. It doesn't matter how effective your hashtags are, how good your follow unfollow or $1.80 strategy is. If you're driving people to a profile that isn't well optimized, it's simply not going to convert into followers. So before you try any growth strategies, especially the ones in this video, you want to make sure you optimize your profile to convert profile visits into followers. To do this, you want to fill your feed with awesome content. Make it clear in your bio who you are, what you do, who you serve, and how you can help them. Tidy up those story highlights to make them a bit more attractive. Make sure you have a solid profile picture, name and username. Otherwise, if you don't do these things, people will land on your profile and then simply bounce away and do whatever they were doing. And in that case, it doesn't matter whether 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, or 10,000 people per day see your profile. If none of them are converting, you're not going to grow. I'm actually about to grow a brand new Instagram page from scratch doing these strategies in this video. So I'll put a screenshot up on the screen. You can take a look at how I set that account up. I tried to go for that clean/edgy aesthetic, and this is actually a theme page as opposed to a personal brand, which I usually grow, but yeah, you get the point. You can look at other successful personal brands or companies or pages in the same niche as yours if you want to get some inspiration. Okay, moving on to step number 2. Hashtags. After setting up your profile and making sure everything is optimized, the next step is getting your hashtags sorted. Now, the reach of hashtags currently seems to be all over the show. Some people are seeing insane returns, some people are seeing near to none. Now, the main two factors between good hashtag reach and bad hashtag reach is one, the targeting of your hashtags, like how big are they, how competitive are they, and how relevant are they to your content. And then number 2 is how engaging and captivating your content is. If you create exceptionally good content that is better than anyone else in your niche or on that hashtag, and you pair it with well-targeted hashtags, your content will do well. And you will reach a lot of people, not only on the hashtag pages, but also on the explore page, getting your content shared, and so forth. My strategy for hashtags is kind of like a set it and forget it strategy, and I pretty much renew them each month. So the way that I do things is at the start of each month, I set up my hashtags, I go create a highly targeted set that's relevant to my content, that my content can rank on and help me grow my audience. I then set it as a predictive text in my phone, so I can simply type out a letter or a short phrase like set 1, and then they all pop up. So literally on each post, it takes me 1 to 3 seconds to, after I've made the post, of course, go down to the comment section, type set 1, boom, they all pop up. I put it in the comments, easy as that. And then that gives me additional reach on each post. Sometimes it does really well, sometimes it doesn't do quite as well. Usually it depends on the content that I'm putting it with. Now, I first write down a handful of keywords that I want to use in my niche that is relevant to my content and my page. I then jump into the hashtag tool that I use. I input these keywords. I allow their AI to basically look at my average engagement to work out the targeting and the size of the hashtags. And then I simply select the ones that I want to use, as they will pull up a full list of hashtags relevant to those keywords that are also in the right size for my account. And I simply select the 30 that I want, create a set, and boom, it takes me about 3 to 4 minutes once a month. I then let them audit my hashtags, which literally takes about 10 seconds, just to make sure I don't have any banned hashtags in there and that all of my hashtags are okay. So it literally comes down to about 5 minutes a month, gives me additional reach on my content, allows me to reach potentially customers that would be interested in my products and services, and it's just great. It takes very little time, especially when you set it up as predictive text on your phone. Now, if you want to watch my full hashtag research tutorial, I will link that below, where I go more in depth into how hashtags work, as well as a full tutorial of me going out and creating a hashtag set, showing you how it's done, and so forth. I'll also pop the link in the description for a free trial of the hashtag tool that I use, that I love, and that helps me out lots. Again, seeing I'm showing you guys some of the stuff that I'm doing for this new page that I'm growing, here's a hashtag set that I whipped up using Flick for @accrue. Okay, number 3, profile optimized, hashtags sorted. Now it's time to start posting some content. Now this is going to be the lifeblood of your growth. If you have bad or infrequent content, it's going to be very, very hard, borderline impossible to grow your audience. Now with my new account that I'm growing, that I'm sort of referencing throughout this video, I'm going to be actually posting 3 to 5 times per day. And a lot of this is because there's like an unlimited supply of this type of content on the internet. And I've got a designer that's helping me brand it all, put it all together and have it there for me. So it doesn't actually take that much of my time. I don't have to create the content. They've got it sorted. I'm just posting it and there's like an unlimited amount of it out there. And the reason that I am posting so much is that assuming the quality of your content stays the same, by increasing how much you post, it will increase your growth. This is purely just because it gives you more chances to show up in hashtags, hit the explore page, get your content shared, have people tag their friends, or show up as a suggested post. However, if you aren't growing a repost page or a theme page where you can have a designer create an insanely large amount of great quality content for your account, maybe you're growing like a personal brand where things are more personalized and you have to create it yourself, I totally get you. I know that's a lot of my clients are personal brands, so in similar situations. In that situation, it is totally fine to post less. 3 to 5 times per day is an extreme example. Honestly, especially if you're creating the content yourself, posting 3 to 5 great pieces of content per week, or even one great exceptional piece of content per week, is going to be better than posting 3 to 5 average pieces of content per day, just trying to hit some numbers and grow. Because if your content is average, it doesn't really stand out, there's nothing special to it, and you're posting 3 to 5 times per day just to try and make up those numbers, and you can see that that's hurting the quality of your content, you've got no chances per week of going viral. Because at the end of the day, if your content isn't going to stand out, isn't going to strike some sort of emotion in the viewer, or isn't going to help them in some way, shape or form, then it's got no chance of doing well on the platform. However, if you focused on putting out 3 pieces of very high quality content per week rather than 3 to 5 per day, and you just put in that extra effort to make sure they were awesome, they stood out, they're valuable, they're insightful, they helped your audience in some way, shape or form, then you've got 3 chances per week of going viral, reaching new people, building your audience, and creating a real community. So set a posting schedule that you can handle and that you can put out high quality content at that rate, and go for it. Stick to it, be really consistent, because it is going to take time. So by this point, to go from 0 to 1,000 followers, first, optimize your profile. Second, get your hashtags made. Third, get a consistent posting schedule in place and start posting that content or that amount of content every single week. And then fourth is I want you to go out there and invest into influencers to reshare your best content to grow your audience. And this will help you kickstart your account overnight and gain a ton of targeted, engaged, quality followers to your Instagram. And it's only going to take a small investment that you will easily make back over the long run or even the short run. What you're going to want to do here is you're going to want to research keywords in your niche to find large Instagram accounts in that niche that repost a lot of content. So it might be a fitness page or a business page or a gardening page, or there's literally repost pages in every single niche: artwork, nature, lifestyle, surfing, oceans. Literally every niche has got a ton of these pages, and you want to find ones that post similar to content to what you post, and you want to pay them to post your content. Now, assuming you followed the first 3 steps, this will mean that you are driving a ton of profile visits to a well-optimized page with great content. And so this is going to convert into a lot of followers for you. And you want to make sure that when you do these promotions, when you pay these pages, you're optimizing to grow your audience, not necessarily to sell a product. You're better off to pay these accounts to promote your account and then gain a ton of targeted followers that you can then build a relationship with, and down the line you can then promote products or services or offers and find how you can serve them. And when you've got that trust with them, when you've built a relationship with them, then you'll be able to make it back tenfold. By following that strategy, for just $100, $200, you can easily get to your first 1,000 followers within a few days. And this is without having to spend hours per day and potentially putting your account at risk by going over the top with strategies like the follow-unfollow strategy or mass engagement, which, by the way, in small quantities can be okay, but not something that you want to do a lot of, and they are very time intensive. And by investing $100 or $200 to speed up this process of growing to your first 1,000 followers, that'll give you enough of a base to then be able to start getting your content ranking on hashtags. And from that point onwards, it will just come down to having exceptional content. Because if you've got 1,000 people, you can expect to get a couple hundred likes on good pieces of content, which is more than enough to rank your content on the explore page, hashtags, hitting Instagram Reels pages and so on, and building up that audience with content, and it will massively speed up your growth. And investing at the start is also going to give you the biggest return time-wise, because if you were to invest right away, for example, and you spend say $200 to get your first 1,000 followers, which saves you a month of time because it might have taken you a month to go from 0 to 1,000 followers. Or the other option is you wait till you're a year down the track and you're at 100,000 followers, and then you spend $200 to gain 1,000 followers. At that point, you might be gaining 1,000 followers per day. So that $200 has only sped your process up by 1 day, as opposed to 30 days if you did it at the start, if that makes sense. And that's pretty much step by step how I would go from 0 to 1,000 targeted engaged followers in 2021 and onwards, as this strategy will always work. Having great content, optimizing your profile to speak to the people you're trying to attract, targeted hashtags and influencers, that 4-step process will always be effective. Now, as I mentioned, if you don't want to spend money on influencers, I understand. I didn't really have much money when I started out either. You can, of course, go ahead and do strategies like the $1.80 strategy. I've got tips and tricks on that on my channel. You can go out there and do small batches of follow, unfollow, although I wouldn't really recommend that. You can go out there and just go hard with Instagram Reels, as you could strike it lucky with those, as they're getting a lot of reach at the moment. You can leverage other audiences that you may already have, cross promotions, all of this and so on. I'm just suggesting that spending a little bit at the start is going to be the most effective time to do so, but totally up to you. That's it from me in this video. If you want to get my free 4-part Instagram training, as well as a checklist of how to grow your Instagram, you can go top link of the description, put in your email, I will send that over to you, and I'll also add you to my mailing list where I send out a weekly newsletter going over tips, tricks, and strategies for growing your Instagram and making money online. Or if you want to hire my agency to help grow your Instagram or YouTube, there's also links for that down below. That's it from me. See you in the next one.